it is one of the illusions of government that you can somehow turn a tap and produce economic growth. I mean, you can produce short-term bursts, which is a sort of macroeconomic policy if you have looser monetary and fiscal policy, but sustainable growth it is a job for generations. It's not a job for the next 6 months. And I think the government fell into the trap of believing it could escape from difficult decisions by creating growth in a few easy steps. I mean, they're doing some of the right things, in fact. I mean, one of the things Rachel Reeves deserves some credit for is pushing public investment. I mean, that's something my government didn't do. Even Gordon Brown found this difficult, which is why we got into PFI. So she has made some of the big right decisions. I think the industrial strategy was a good step forward, said the right things. We tried to do similar things in the coalition. So some of the moves about long-term growth are being made, but they are long-term growth steps. In the period of this parliament, we're very unlikely to get much past 1% growth, which in per capita terms is not raising living standards. We are in a situation which requires big, difficult decisions. You cannot just assume that the growth fairy will appear. It won't.
No, indeed. Look, there is, I wouldn't say the 7th Cavalry, but there is a little bit of a bulwark of support that can turn up in terms of Bank of England action, Vince, as well. Cutting interest rates, well, that would obviously lower the debt bill of the government, but you can't cut interest rates if people are worried about the credibility of UK assets as well. But what maybe the governor of the Bank of England could do is shore up the long end with a change in policy. One of my colleagues made some news out of Sintra the other day, speaking to Andrew Bailey about this, and perhaps a lessening of QT as well. Is there something that actually the Bank of England can do that will support the UK at this stage?
Well, I think you're right to focus on the whole issue of quantitative tightening because, we've got this arcane arguments about the balance sheet of the Bank of England. I mean, it was interesting a few days ago, the Japanese moved to stop big arbitrary movements in quantitative tightening, effectively by wiping off some of the liabilities in the central bank balance sheet. And I think this is an insider issue. It's not an issue for public debate, but quantitative tightening has just been allowed to happen. And of course, it makes government borrowing much more difficult. So I would hope that the Bank of England looks at that. Simply cutting interest rates in an environment where the currency is already weak in international markets certainly doesn't help. But looking at these, behind the scenes management of the former crisis QE is, I think, the way we need to move.